Welcome to Live, Let, Thrive, a podcast about the Airbnb life, the share economy, and everything in between. Here are your hosts, Myka and Steve.
Hello, hello, hello.
And welcome back to another exciting episode.
Of Live,
Let
Thrive.
Thrive.
What is up, Myka man?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. New day. My units are up, but yeah, how you doing, Stevie Stacks?
Pretty good, man. It's been a interesting few days. This is episode. Well, we're doing something different here on episode 146 of your favorite Airbnb, VRBO, home away, Turo, Lyft, all that stuff, podcast in the world, share economy, and we are doing a you and me ep, and we're also broadcasting on this new app called Clubhouse. I don't know how new it is, but you introduced me to this. So hello,
Yeah.
Clubhouse people out there.
Yes, sir. So yeah, this is our first episode on Clubhouse. So the people listening to this episode, next episode, you need to get a Clubhouse invite. Hit us up, LLT will send you one, and you can listen to us live. So this is gonna be a fun little journey, a new little thing we're doing. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, you know how it is. The first time you got to work out the bugs and stuff, but we'll get the hang of it, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we got some topics today.
Yeah, man. You weren't feeling too good yesterday. What happened to you, Stevie Stacks?
I got an interesting phone call from a guy saying he's the what is he? The ordinance guy over there in Fort Worth. And so I've never gotten a phone call before. I've gotten like a ticket on my door in Arlington for doing short-term rentals. And so no warning or nothing. But this guy called. He was actually quite friendly, just telling me, you can't really do Airbnb there. You can do corporate long-term there, 30 days or more, but Airbnb is prohibited in that area and blah, 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 blah. And so just a few weeks into it, there goes my game plan, but I'm going to pivot. And I didn't get no tickets or misdemeanors out of it this time, but I'm going to pivot and I'm going to go ahead and turn it into a corporate lease, a corporate rental. And I'm pretty confident that I'm going to get some corporate renters in there and some maybe travel nurses, stuff like that. And that brings me to a big question of the show.
Okay.
This applies to you, applies to me, applies to everybody out there doing short-term rentals, long-term rentals, whatever kind of real estate. But a question that a podcaster, a certain Tim Ferriss, always asks guests. He says, "What would it look like if it were easy?"
Man.
And that question kind of like bends your brain in a way, you know what I'm saying? And I'll go ahead and tell you what it looks like for me when I asked myself that. And I asked myself before this thing came down, before we thought about switching this to a corporate rental.
Yeah.
I was like, what would this look like if this were easy? And we're over here having to, we have our Airbnb up, we have to worry about, the guests and going over there and doing things and teaching the cleaner and then opening up another unit, getting it furnished, finding the money for that, doing all this stuff. And I was like, and then plus we're becoming a management company. And so we're going to manage other people's units. And it's just, I was like, wow, that's a lot of moving parts.
Hold on. So I have a question.
Yeah.
You decided to hop in the management game?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Me and Federico, the GOAT.
Yes, sir.
So anyways, and I'll take you back to my reason for wanting to do that. But when I was thinking about that question, while I'm setting all this up and we're doing all this and we got all these moving parts, I was thinking, man, what would it look like if it were easy? Because it's not easy right now. No. And what crossed when this whole thing happened, when I got the phone call saying I couldn't do short-term rentals there, blah blah blah. It was almost, to me, after initial shock and all that shit, I was like, oh man, here we go again. And then the next day I was like, man, I breathed. I was like, if we turn that into a corporate rental, it might make, $500-600 a month passively.
Mm-hmm.
It might not make, we tickle a G, get to 1,000 like we were wanting to do a month, but we don't have to do no work. And that was a question I was going to ask you. Would you give up a certain percentage of your profits if you had to do zero work?
Hell yeah. I mean, that's the only reason
And what's the
Airbnb. That's the real reason I set up Airbnbs is for that. Like I don't you more hands on than me. I'm like, shit, get the unit up and give it to somebody and let them run it. So and that brings me up to my next thing with so my guy, our deal we just closed. We got 10 units down in Houston, right? So I was like, okay, with these 10 units, we get them up, we start pushing, we start rolling. And then my two partners, they were going to manage them. Man, y'all know I've been real big on Your Porter. I've been telling you, y'all, Your Porter is the way to go. They got some major bugs in that shit, man. On the co-hosting side, like you can't co-host through Your Porter because my whole thing of this year is building up our brand, getting everything on ShareBnB and getting completely off the Airbnb platform by January 1st, 2022. Our goal is to have 80 to 90% of our reservations coming in straight through our direct booking website. So everything was done through Your Porter. So I'm running into an issue now where Your Porter can't sustain a co-host. After the co-host signs into Your Porter, all the listings goes under the co-host account. So on the direct booking side. So I'm like, man, that's where my struggle is right now. So yeah, but other than that, that was my goal. So it looks like I either have two options. My first option is we got to look at another channel manager. The second option is I end up managing them myself and then just use my partner system. So that's kind of where I'm at. But I'm all for hands off. That's me all day. So then my whole goal now is to focus on capital and getting more doors.
Yeah, I like that.
And I got some strong stuff to touch on capital that I learned earlier, but go ahead.
Oh, nice. So I thought Cozy was going to run them for you.
That's what I'm saying. That's what we're talking about.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Your Porter is the issue right now. For
them running it for you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see. And so that's what I was getting at. How would it look if it was easy? Mm-hmm. And that kind of fell on my lap in a way. And there is high demand for corporate rentals in Fort Worth. Ooh. And so yeah. And if I I'll go ahead and just offload it, get it, make a little bit of profit on that corporate rental, and we can focus on me and Federico building our management company. And Federico, man, you give him a task and he crushes it. So I'm excited about that. And also another thing, I hopped on a certain podcast called Get Paid for Your Pad. And we had a good talk with Jasper on there, so it's gonna be pretty cool. I had the banner in the background, Live Let Thrive, what's up? And so I was shouting this out big time, and it's gonna hit like on the first week of January. But one thing this is before I got the phone call last night on the podcast. He gave me some good advice. He said, you're trying to pick up units, that's great. But you're also trying to become, start managing other people's units. Mm-hmm. And he said, from what he's seen, and he rubs elbows with people that have hundreds of units, mm-hmm. what I'm saying? And he said what the fastest growth, what he sees is when they focus on one thing and just doing that the best they can do it instead of trying to juggle a whole bunch of different things. Yeah. He says he sees the exponential growth when they just choose one thing and they just try to crush it at that.
And I'm going to kind of touch on that. That's when you have to choose, like, what I'm saying? Because if you choose, hey, I'm going to go into management or I'm going to go into arbitrage, and you saying, hey, I'm going to go into both, there's really that's why I kept saying that conflict of interest, because there's so much money you're going to make more money arbitraging than you do managing. But your overhead is a little bit lower on the managing side. But if you're making a huge chunk of capital arbitraging, are you going to still be as motivated to manage somebody else's property? That's how I kind of look at it. But with your business model, it's two of y'all, it's you and Federico. The way I could see that working is, I guess, if one person handles the management and the other person handles the arbitrage game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me personally, I have three phases in my business. I have the arbitrage is the timeshares and the places that I own. I try to automate the arbitrages, automate the timeshares. Timeshares are automated. Shout out to Federico. And then the arbitrages, we're working on automating those. Those pretty much are automated. And then the ones I own, that's what I like to do, and that's what I like to focus on. So I like to go find bird deals, get the house, rehab it, refinance it, repeat it, you know what I mean? Get them up on Airbnb like that. But that's my thing that I like to focus on. So it still puts me in one lane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, management companies, letting other people do the work for you, for sure. Because I was even in a Clubhouse meeting where I asked a whole group of people like, hey, y'all got any management companies in this area? You know, so I'm for sure looking for that. So if somebody has that out there, I'm down to look into those options.
Cool.
Yeah.
And one way I kind of see it working too, if you were able to do, or we were able to do both successfully, is like, let's say some units come up in a I don't know, in a complex downtown Fort Worth, and we're able to they say, hey, you know, we got 10 units, you know, bring in whoever wants some units over here, and I was like, well, I could theoretically, if we're gonna grow, I could pick up one and then and give the other units to people I know. You know what I'm saying? Give it to you guys or whoever. And then our management team would be able to, if it's all in the same building, it wouldn't be too hard to manage ours and then the other units at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
It's kind of, because it's the same cleaner is going to hit up all those units at the same time. It's only one stop for dropping off supplies, this and that. So it's not like we'll have like units in Dallas, units in Fort Worth, units in Mansfield. You know, it wouldn't be that would be a headache.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, not really. I mean, you just have to hire somebody to do it. Well, are you planning on self-managing this stuff and doing everything yourself?
Like, we're gonna be the management team. And we're gonna bring people on board like cleaners.
Yeah, I was gonna say you gotta get you some TaskRabbit or something, man. You can't be running.
Yeah. No. No, that's the truth right there. That's the truth.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean that having them in one vicinity. I mean, the vicinity shouldn't really affect you as long as you got the systems. Because my thing is, when you're hiring people with short-term rentals, really with anything, you ain't hiring the person. You hiring the system that they have. That's really what you're hiring. That's what my focus is 2021. What is your system so I can hire your system? You know what I mean? I'm
right.
trying to hire you for what? Do you have a system to get all these clean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But speaking of that, but you said something earlier that was real, that was shocking me. Like you said that when you talk to your people about what happened in Fort Worth, they said they knew the judges, so they were tripping. Touch on that a little bit, because I got some comments on that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna throw anybody under the bus. I'm just saying that there won't say no names, but over there at my Fort Worth unit, I told them I got the phone call, and you know he's from whatever over there in Fort Worth, and they were like, oh, just ignore that caller, just block that caller. I'm like. I was like, I don't know. He sounded like he was the real deal. He sounded like he worked for the city of Fort Worth. Oh, they just been giving us headaches. They know we can do this. You know, just ignore them. I'm like, I might think about it still sounds like crappy advice, but I might think about taking that advice if I hadn't gone through the same thing with the city of Arlington.
Yeah, but what didn't she say she had plugs over there? She plugged up, right? She said somebody knows the judge.
Well, she said they say they know judges and councilmen and stuff. I know. They got some connections or whatever.
That's that white plug you've been looking for. I would have been all for it. Like, hey, your dad's the attorney general? Oh, we good. Shit. Hey, I'm just saying that's the plug we've been waiting on. So you said she got the plug and then she knows the judge. Hey, we cool.
Well, we'll see. The lady I spoke to, she didn't tell me firsthand that she had the plugs, but someone else told me that she did. So it's third person. So then how much information is not accurate from one person to, she might have thrown some names about and then say, oh, she's good. She knows she got us. Well, no, how come this person's calling us and hounding them? I don't know if they have.
What is this? Are they only hounding you or everybody in the complex who's doing it?
He's been going over there, talking to them, trying to, tell them they can't do that. And he hadn't thrown any fines around yet. He's starting to threaten to throw some fines around.
Well, hell, if he ain't throwing no fine, man, I'll probably keep doing what I was doing, just in my opinion. I mean, if they ain't throwing fines, like, cause I got to go to court on Wednesday in Arlington because of a calendar mistake, right? Mm-hmm. So the only reason, and I made sure I shut everything down because that was an accident. I deleted a listing which was connected to a VRBO listing. The VRBO listing showed up in Arlington. Now I got to go to court. They talking about charging me $300, almost $400. But yeah, if they ain't dishing out fines, man, I'd stay doing what I was doing. And the day that they get the fine, I'd hand it over to the plug who knows the judge. And be like, yo, if the judge can take care of this, I'll keep on doing what I'm doing. Just as me, but you know me, I walk on the edge. I push the envelope.
Yeah, that's cool. I tried that the last time, and
You didn't know the judge.
I didn't know the judge. And luckily, hey, you'll at least get deferred adjudication if you ask for that. If you try to fight it, they got their people there. They got the printouts. And then they're gonna say you're guilty. So I'm just giving you a heads up over when you go to Arlington.
Yeah, that's in Arlington. And the funny thing was, when I was in Fort Worth, I used to have a short-term rental over in Fort Worth that I managed, but long story short, it was a bad deal, so we got out of it. But they never had any issues, unless they had issues and didn't tell me about it. They never had, like, nobody knocking on doors, nobody saying, hey, we can't do it. So I don't know, man. It might be just the type of unit you have, I guess. I don't know.
And I was warned after the fact, after it was all set up, and they said, oh, just a heads up, there's a guy that's he lives in a condo not too far from here, and he's hitting up all the council people, all the city, and trying to start some mess and try to get us all shut down.
Okay. Don't know nobody under the bus, but like, was the person who told you this, did they know you were getting these units and then told you this?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure when exactly the timeline it went down, but we were already in motion whenever, it was like, I had already signed the lease and stuff.
Okay.
And I already started getting the furniture in there and stuff.
Okay.
Then I found out about it. Then I'm like, oh crap, here we go again. Yeah. I just want to be on the up and up, and I don't want to go through all that drama. I mean, that's just me. And then that brings me to like wanting to jump into the management side of it and manage other people's units, because it's a lot less risk.
Yeah.
And setup cost is nothing. I mean, you don't have to buy any furniture. You don't got to get it set up. You don't got to pay for any of that. And you just manage other people's units. You just make them money, which makes you money. And I could pass along as much of that as I can to my partner Federico, because he's the master at all that. And I could focus on being here. If anything, I'll be the boots on the ground. And if anything's messing up, my wife can help too. She's stay at home mom. So if we'll have backup plans, and we'll have some boots on the ground too, and to handle situations like that. Plus, we're gonna get top class cleaners to do as much as they can, and we'll pay them extra if they want to handle things that are beyond cleanings. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So you have decided you're doing management, not arbitrages.
Yeah, I'm gonna really hit the management side hard.
Oh man, Steve, I gave our listeners about a whole $1 million worth of game, and you didn't even use it, man. You changed it up on me. Oh man, I need to start charging people for not playing. But no, yeah, because I gave you how to get the capital to get 50 doors. Yeah, okay, gotcha. So you're gonna do management.
No, I still want to hear all that.
Yeah. I gave it to you last week. If you ain't here, episode 145, you got.
Oh, you're talking about? Oh, okay, our last
145.
episode.
We dropped all that. Yeah, I had to get multiple doors, get the capital for it. But speaking of capital, matter of fact, I'm gonna touch on the capital part again, like how to get multiple doors. So I was in a Clubhouse room earlier, and this guy dropped a gem on how to get like $100K line of credit. Look at Steve getting his pen out. He told me how to get $100K. Like, so, and my one of my mentors, he vouched for it. He was like, yeah, if you go to BBVA, they giving out like $100K lines of credit right now for businesses. So I went ahead and got my little portfolio together. I got me a bank appointment scheduled at 10 o'clock in the morning, because I'm gonna need that. Because I need 15 more doors, and I need 5 more by June 30th. So yeah, I got to start pushing that real tough.
And what interest rate is that 100K loan?
I don't know yet, but I'm about to go find out. Yeah, man, I was really in a Clubhouse meeting all about business, like business credit, which a lot of it I knew, but that 100K plug, I was like, oh yeah, I got to hop on that. So.
Yeah, well, they just approved another stimulus package too. So.
Ooh,
yeah. Yeah, they just did. So it'll be coming the next few weeks. They'll be rolling out some stuff for, well, not only for just regular everyday people, but business people too. They'll
I
be
ain't now
rolling
see.
out.
I ain't read up on the business side yet. Did they say
Um,
what's going on the business side?
Todd Baldwin put a little post on Facebook.
Shout out to Todd.
Shout out to Todd. And so, I mean, didn't get into the specifics, but it's going to be a big chunk of money for small businesses, just like last time.
Dang. Now, my thing is, can you get it twice? If you got a huge chunk the first time, you don't know. Yeah,
If you're rich, you can get it as much as you want.
pretty much bailouts. But no, I'm definitely gonna push that down. I'm gonna push for me an application, and if we can get the same, I wonder. I'm pretty sure they probably gonna look at what you made what you made at the beginning, how good your business bounced back, and they'll probably decrease what they're giving out. That's my assumption. I don't know if that's true, but that would be my assumption. Because
well, we'll see. So what is this Clubhouse thing, man? What is this Clubhouse thing?
Oh yeah, it's a cool little app for everybody hopping on. Cool little app that I think it really kind of get into the podcast world a little bit. So
really,
yeah.
So, when did this thing start?
I have no idea. I just got an invite and I joined it.
So doing like the people are doing business seminars and stuff like that on here.
Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like it's really taking off. It's really hot. So yeah.
Oh, nice, cool, and it's a great way to interact with our fans too. After the show, we're gonna talk to our fans or listeners a little bit. That'd be cool.
Bring them on stage. Yeah, so that for the next time, next episode, y'all definitely hop on that.
So,
okay.
Do you think we're gonna be having some more lockdowns coming?
I will say California. Oh man, I'm gonna give y'all some game on lockdowns that's coming. Oregon just got out of one. If you're looking at lockdowns, don't touch nothing on the West Coast. Northeast, I wouldn't touch up there. So I told y'all the last time we dropped off Fedi had to drop off about probably 30 listings up in Pennsylvania. And then we had to drop off about 20, 30 more in like middle California. Northern Cal seems pretty cool, but I just wouldn't touch Cali, bro. Like I would avoid California. And that brings me to the point where a lot of people are kind of sitting still. Like I know a lot of people getting real cash heavy right now because they like, well, I'm not about to buy nothing. I'm being kind of aggressive. I'm being 100 with you. I'm being very aggressive right now. I'm buying and picking up units because I feel like it's a gamble. Because I'm going to say this. I think with the new presidency coming, everything going on, you got until March until people just start. That's when we'll see, hey, is it going to shut down or is it going to move forward? That's how I think about it. Because I think the vaccine will be out. So, I mean, people's fears are based around that vaccine if they feel that's effective. I don't know how many people getting it. And I know I ain't, but, just me personally. But, I mean, I don't know. What I'm saying? Depends on how many people get it. And I think that'll affect the travel market.
Now, here's the thing a little bit, towards that. Because and you suggested you always preach the gospel about getting an LLC, right? And so and I'm getting an LLC on Argus Rentals. Shout out to Argus Rentals. That's our company, our management company that we're building. And so you're putting all your rentals, all your arbitrages into your LLC, correct?
I'm leasing it to my LLC is taking the lease.
Okay. So it's going to be in the LLC. So, how does it work in a worst case scenario where all of a sudden, let's say they shut down Houston? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. I know it might never happen, but whatever. They shut it down. Your bookings drop to zero, and then what do you tell the apartment complex?
Well, remember our whole goal. I'm okay. I'm gonna answer that in two questions. If I'm a typical Airbnb host, I probably cut the lease. But remember, we're not typical hosts. We aim more for the direct bookings and long-term stays. So, I mean, what we're going to do is this whole reason, these first 5, all we doing is pushing hard for direct bookings and direct clientele. So any shutdowns come, I'm not too worried because I think we have a good game plan in place. We got the Google thing popping off. I'm doing it all. So, but if you're Airbnb dependent, you would just cut the lease.
Okay. And they would try to ding your credit on your LLC, or what would the apartment complex do? They wouldn't like that too much.
Yeah, they wouldn't like it. You probably dinged on your LLC credit. But I would say is what I would tell people is you better make sure you put some strong signage in your leases, like, hey, I need 30 days or whatever. I can give 30-day notice and I'm out. That's really the big thing right now with shutdowns. Because honestly, I think we might shut down again. Between January and February, I don't think it'll last too long. That's my opinion because we changing president. I don't know. We changing presidents, and I think the president just got injected with the vaccine live on TV. So, or the president to be just got injected live. So I don't know how that's going to play into people's hands.
Yeah, you don't know with the whole new regime taking over.
Because UK just got shut down, right?
Yeah, they got locked down again.
Boy, that's a hit.
You know what's crazy? I just saw an article about Wuhan, how they're over there partying, concerts, clubs, no masks, nothing. They're just living it up over there.
That's how you're doing it in H-Town right now.
Zero. Yeah, but H-Town has a lot of cases. Wuhan has 0 cases since May.
Oh, man, for real?
For real, 0 cases since May.
Yeah, I don't believe that. But
yeah, I know. But I think they just killed everybody that had it, and then boom, problem solved.
But yeah, I don't know either that. But yeah, I mean, some places are, opening back up slowly but surely.
Here's the thing about the LLC again, to hop back in, because a lot of people have a lot of questions about LLCs, me included, because I always hear about these roofing companies or these contractors that'll go do work for you or whatever, and then rob you blind, right? Take all your money, and you try to sue them, and they'll just bankrupt the company, and the next day they'll just start a new LLC, and then they'll just keep moving on like that.
Yeah, they probably got hard assets in those LLCs, so they bankrupt it so they can keep their assets. Trucks, houses, that type of stuff. Yes, you bankrupt and you keep your assets.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's the thing with arbitrage. You ain't got to get into that. You ain't got a Donald Trump it.
You don't got. No, but are you putting each of your rental houses into an LLC?
That's actually one thing I'm working on with my realtor. She sent me a trust guy. I'm going to put him in a trust, then put him in an LLC. That's one of my goals that I do now. And that'll actually help my, because, I do birds. So that'll actually help my bird game, because what we're doing is I'm just leasing them from me to my LLC, and then my LLC rents it out on Airbnb, VRBO, my direct booking website. And then we run all the transactions through that, build up the business credit, and you build up your like your access to capital, like your lines of credit, things like that.
Oh, nice. So you have multiple LLCs?
No, just one for now.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna have multiple, because like that was one thing my realtors asked me, like, because I'm doing this 1031, right? So that was the next question she asked me. She was like, Myka, you need to, she's like, you need to start protecting yourselves, all these properties y'all moving and getting. I was like, okay. So that's on my to-do list.
Is your job starting to get in the way of your business?
Sure. Well, no, yeah. And I got something to talk about on that too. Yeah, they talking about trying to send everybody back to the office, man. I have a matter of fact, funny thing is I have a partner about that. I have a partner who was like, look, he was like, man, matter of fact, shout out to my partner in the room. He know who he is. He was like, man, the day they try to get us to go back to the office, my goal is to be ready to quit. And I was like, that actually kind of inspired me. I'm like, hell yeah, be ready to quit. Be ready to walk off.
Right.
Position yourself. So yeah, that gem about that 100K line of credit, that kind of boosted me up. I'm like, oh, okay, start doing stuff like that. Have those moves ready.
So has your business been able to grow exponentially because you've been working from home?
Yeah, that's a fact. How about you?
I haven't been working from home. I've been going to work every day.
But like even at that, like I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay, y'all not as busy, right?
It depends. Where I work, there's certain spots you could get a little work done on the side. You know what I'm saying? There's certain spots, but
it's really the pandemic just showed one or two things. It just showed really what you do with your time. You know what I mean? If you've seen like your business grow exponentially during this time, all you had to do is realize now the only thing you lacked was time. You didn't lack discipline or anything like that. You just lacked time.
Mhm.
And I have a feeling that a lot of these corporate places where you got to go in, clock in, and sit down every day, they might lose a lot of employees when they start telling people they got to come back into the office, because a lot of these people have been side hustling. Because I told you my job, they went and asked everybody. They straight went and asked everybody, like, because people was coming forward saying they getting side gigs and whatever, and they like straight asked everybody to report it. Report it, and I'm like, so one of my coworkers, he came up to me because he knows I have my own business on the side. And he's like, "Did you report it?" I'm like, I don't have a job. I have a business that runs itself. I don't have a job. So I was like, I ain't reporting nothing. No, man. And the funny thing is, and I'm gonna tell people this, when you leave the corporate world, be ready, make sure you're ready to stay off when you leave, because a lot of times if they find out you have like a business or something, they won't hire you. Fact, man. Yeah, I've been discriminated against like that. So yeah, man, make sure you're ready to hop off. Make sure you got your lines of credit. Your the guy, who's the guy we had on the podcast who has like 7? He only rents out houses that has 7 or more bedrooms.
Oh man,
up in Omaha. What's my guy's name? He dropped a gem on there though. He dropped a gem. He said he got a credit a card that he can. A credit card, I think he can get like up to $25,000. Like he can go over his limit by $25,000 with no fee.
Damn.
Yeah, what's his name? He dropped a gem on his own. But yeah, just have stuff like that prepared when you hop off the corporate world. Because I definitely feel like once we hop off this corporate world, it's coming for me. It's coming real soon. Because I'm the time that I have now, I'm like, damn, all this shit that I knew, I'm like, man, it become knowledge ain't power till it's applied. And I have had the time to apply it.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, I was wondering, man, how many side hustles and businesses are going to come out of this coronavirus pandemic? Because there are a lot of people working from home, right?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people working from home. Or a lot of people are on unemployment, but they're still getting some side hustle going on, right?
Yeah, it is. Now, that's another thing. It's people who out here side hustling as well, because you got time to do it. And and even at that, I'm gonna say something like a short-term rental business. That is easy to do. Like, that's easy to do, man. That's easy. If you set up the systems to do that, that's easy. Very easy.
You said the key word, systems, though.
Yeah. I mean, it sometimes takes a while, but I mean, all these Clubhouse rooms, all these our podcast is loaded with just systems, so you ain't got to do nothing. So,
right.
But so I have a question, man.
Mm-hmm.
When your units are, the interior designer does your units, who does them for you?
Sarah and Emily.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell, and matter of fact, this is a huge tip. This is gonna be a gem right here. This is a tip. Like for the people that's hopping into the short-term rental game, the Airbnb game, and this is more of on the advanced side. When you're to the point where you're hiring interior designers, I'm gonna say make sure, and this goes back to systems too. Communicate your systems to them to make sure they can follow through on those. Because I didn't do that, and that was on me. I didn't communicate my systems like the minute alarm systems, the remote locks, the duvet covers, things that we have for our cleaners and things that we have for like our security. Make sure you communicate those systems. I found myself having to go down back to Houston to get those systems implemented. So that's one thing I would tell you, everybody. That's like, yeah, if you do start doing interior designers, see what they can do, and then everything that can't be done, see if you can get like a TaskRabbit person to do it for you.
Yeah, because they outsourced it to their friends, right?
Who?
Sarah outsourced setting up the units to her friends over there.
Job. Like the units look plush. You know what I'm saying? You can go look at ShareBnB, Share Bed and Breakfast Instagram if you want to go see them. But yeah, the new 5, they look plush.
So when did they go live?
They already live.
When did they?
Yesterday, or what's today? Monday?
Yeah.
Last night. I think they went live last night.
Get some hits already?
Yeah, somebody booked one of them. And then we got some
nice.
people coming in. I think one person inquired, and then we had somebody already booked. So it's all the way open. And then somebody inquired for like a month, I think. So, them type of reservations I like. I like the long.
Let's work, man.
Yeah, exactly. Let's work,
Man. So you're moving along full steam, huh?
Yeah, and I'm like, now I'm just trying to focus on, okay, how I build up the capital for the next. I low key was trying to pick up 20 in one batch. My next one, I'm gonna see if I can pull it off. I've been brainstorming it to see if I can pick up 20 in one.
Now, what do you see for the future of the STR world, the short-term rental world? Because it seems like a lot of people are hopping into this.
I feel like people who ain't professional hosts gonna fall off. Yeah, it's simple. It's real easy. I can talk to people and then I'll be like, yeah, you're gonna be done in a few. No, I'm for real. I'm for real. Like people who are very heavy on dependent on Airbnb, like people who brand their shit after Airbnb. Yeah, they're gonna be gone soon, man. Because I'm telling you, this is my personal thing. Airbnb killing it on the stock market. I said they was gonna drop. They didn't drop. They dropped a second and they ain't missed a beat since. I could definitely see them raising up that host fee to 15%. But that's just me. I can see them raising that host fee to 15%. But
I spoke. I might have spoke with it on our last show a little bit. What I do like about the IPO is they got this huge influx of cash, right? Airbnb.
mm-hmm.
And I don't know if they're gonna go. I know they're gonna have a lot of power and money to fight for the big cities. I don't know so much the little cities, but I know, to fight for the rights of LA, New York, Chicago, Dallas, Houston.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying they have money to actually say, hey, y'all need some, like the hotels. They have the hotel lobby that could put some money in the pockets of the council people. Now, Airbnb is like bigger than all the big giant hotel chains put together because of their, the stock, all the cash infusion.
I have a question for you. Keep going though.
So they theoretically could go fight, go loosen up keep the bans away, push the bans away a little bit by greasing the right palms. In turn, making a shitload of money because those are like, highly sought after places that's going to make a lot of money for Airbnb. I'm just saying, I don't know if they'll do it. I know they got a ton of people working for them. They got people looking into it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just saying they have the money and the power now to be very influential.
I agree. My question is this to you. Are Airbnb hosts an asset or a liability to Airbnb?
Or to Airbnb.
Mm-hmm.
I would go with asset still. I still would go with asset because they're doing all the work for you. And you're just sending Airbnb the money. Yeah, they bitch and complain. Do what?
Why are they buying hotels?
Are they buying a lot of hotels?
They bought a hotel tonight.
Okay.
I don't know. It's I don't think it's a wrong answer on that. I'm just asking. Do you think that do they look at their hosts or asset or liability? I'd say I'm split on the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm very split on it. I think you can look at a host as an asset, but if you look at that $1 million insurance policy that they sometimes, because matter of fact, we can say it. Cammy just got 37 G's out of Airbnb off of somebody messed up her place. She got 37 racks. Is that an asset or a liability?
Yeah, but you don't hear that too often. You don't hear him paying out big too often.
And here goes another thing. Here goes another way to look at it. You're the big proponent on Airbnb don't charge their guests security deposits. They pay that out of pocket, right?
Right.
The question is, okay, so if Airbnb is paying it out of pocket, that means Airbnb is a front door gatekeeper for bad guests. We know that because they don't charge the guests for nothing, right? Mm-hmm. So is Airbnb, what are they doing? Are they paying this money out of pocket for guests to be bad, or are they charging it to the insurance company? I'm pretty sure they're charging it to the insurance company, but you think that insurance company ain't raising rates? It's a couple ways to look at it. You know what I'm saying? You have to look at it. Are you an asset or a liability to me?
Right.
Because they treat their hosts like shit. So I mean, I would assume we liabilities. But that's just me.
Yeah. I mean, it's a it's a fine line, right? But I mean, I think where the bread and butter is hosts opening up their homes and renting to people and giving Airbnb a chunk, plus they get a chunk from the renters. So it's just like Uber. They ain't gonna go buy cars and stuff, right?
Hell yeah, they are invested in self-driving cars.
Oh, that's
And
true.
I'm happy you brought that up.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true. I
see,
didn't.
now you went straight into my point. They buying self-driving cars. Like Uber, like, hell no, we ain't about to insure these drivers. Now, if I get a self-driving car, liability deleted. You know what I mean? So you hit on the head. My point was going, because the funny thing is, where I work, they test those cars. They test the self-driving cars in the parking lot. They pretty cool too. I was like, damn, they could be out of money, but yeah, we would look at them and stuff, and yeah, they test them. So Uber let them know, like, you know, they let drivers know y'all a liability.
That's true, man. They all those laws passing in California and stuff where you have to pay them like full-time employees, and Uber and Lyft's like, hey, y'all do that, we're gone, you know. California.
Yeah, they ain't, man. That's it's interesting. It's real interesting to look at it, see how they to kind of see how they kind of look at it. But yeah. But
okay, you always got VRBO.
Yeah, and you got VRBO, but I mean, that ain't where you should be aiming. You should aim to have your own.
Yeah,
funnel it to your own. Your own direct booking website. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole goal of 2021 is branding and marketing. So, you know, me and my guys, we created a whole branding and marketing, an entire branding and marketing kit of what we're putting in our units. So, definitely.
Nice. And you're using StayFi, right?
Oh man, I did, man. We did a cold one on StayFi, man. Let me tell you what we did with StayFi. Yeah, I love StayFi, by the way. So, you know, we got 5 units in this one apartment complex, right? So we took the StayFis, and I really could have. We got like 3 of them are in one little 1,600 block by themselves, right? It's three units over here. So I was like, I could have just got 2 StayFis for that area, but I was like, forget it. Let's just get 5. For 3 for over here and 2 for the other 2 units. So what I did was I sat there and put StayFis in all of them. And for people that don't know what StayFi is, it's a way to capture guest information where you capture their information, their email, phone number, first name, last name, and you can put it into your MailChimp, into your Slick Text, and you can direct market to them. So I put it over there. And what I did was I listed as my company name, ShareBnB. So me and my boy was setting them up. Shout out to Norm for this idea. He said, why don't you advertise it as ShareBnB free Wi-Fi? I was like, oh, damn. So I thought about it, and I just changed them all, man. Now people can log into them. Anybody can log in, but they got to give me their information, and that gets shot over to MailChimp. MailChimp then I created all these little templates. So as soon as they sign in, they get, hey, welcome to ShareBnB. And it says click to connect, and they connect directly to my website, and then they can surf the web from there. So yeah, StayFi is one of them. We do rugs. Like as soon as you walk up to the unit, it says welcome to ShareBnB. We got coffee mugs with our logos on them. We got pillows. So when they go lay down, they have a pillow that says ShareBnB. We get a bunch of stuff. So yeah, we got a bunch of good ideas, like to get the whole direct booking game popped off.
Now, do you worry about it dragging down the internet at all?
That was a concern. I can kick people off if it does. And plus, the thing about it is 5 of them, so they all connected, so they can choose one of the 5. So if they do, I'll just kick them off, you know, if I get that text. But it's on AT&T Fiber anyway, so I ain't tripping too hard.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. So, yeah.
Yes,
doing a lot. We're on the Clubhouse, everybody. This is weird. It's weird. It's like I'm back in my mind. I'm like, man, people are listening to this. That's crazy. But no, it's cool, man. I'm gonna jump into this this world of Clubhouse, see what's going on. Cowboys. If the Cowboys win 2 and the Redskins lose 2, then that means we're in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, I don't know what that do. I mean, ain't nobody going to games. I mean, people in there, but they ain't going to games like they used to.
Oh man, there was a Canelo fight. Just real quickly, you know Canelo, the boxer.
Mm-hmm.
He fought over in the Alamo Dome, San Antonio. That place was packed, dude. Are they not?
Wait a minute. They ain't doing social distancing out there?
I didn't look like it, man. It looked like it was a packed crowd in that mug.
Oh, well, we might need to look into getting some units out there.
In San Antonio.
I don't know. But matter of fact, if We need to talk to some hosts out in San Antonio. I heard San Antonio was kind of strict. From what I heard, I don't know if it's true, but I heard they was kind of strict.
I think of course residential is strict over there.
Really?
Yeah.
I got some real. When I went to we just got back from San Antonio a couple months ago. It was my first time, so it didn't seem like they were kind of on the strict stuff. But you never know. You can never tell. I didn't think it would turn into this, but they did.
They got a strong hotel presence over there. It's the number one tourist destination in Texas, San Antonio.
It is? Okay. See, but that's a trip, though, because, like, well, I don't know. I think you just can't beat the hotels when they in there, when they don't want you in there. Because, I mean, Arlington ain't have no damn hotels, and they banned us so they could build hotels. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, for real. So it's like, well, damn, so. That's it. Now I got to go to court on Wednesday regarding that BS, so.
But this is just like the first. I mean, you could actually probably just go up to the window and ask for that deferred adjudication if you didn't want to go to court.
I ain't trying to pay them.
You're gonna plead not guilty?
Hell no! Me and Mahogany gonna go in there fighting.
Okay. Good luck with that.
Hey. See, that's why I said you cool in Fort Worth. You got the lawyer, the judge on your team. You know what I'm saying?
Apparently, I don't know which one she knows. I don't know who knows what. I'll
just say they look like they might know him. I'll just say that.
Oh man. Oh geez.
Yeah, they look like they might know a judge or an attorney general, but I don't know. I'd risk it.
I know you would. I know you'd risk it, but I'm just, I'm kind of a little bit risk averse,
Yeah, that's true. You ever all have different risk levels?
Yes, sir. So this has been a good ep. What do you think?
This is a good ep. I guess we're gonna talk. Let the fans answer the people who listen to us on Clubhouse answer questions. Talk to them a little bit. But yeah, definitely that was a good episode. What number was that? 140.
146.
Episode 146 of the Live Let Thrive podcast. So remember, you can follow us on Clubhouse. Well, you have to follow either me or Steve. Follow us both, really, on Clubhouse, Instagram. Email us, liveletthrive@gmail.com. And yeah, we'll see you for the next one.
All right. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Live, Let, Thrive. Be sure to tune in next week for all the latest in the world of Airbnb and all that entails. Bye-bye.